Hey everybody, Go 7, King of the Penguins here, with an Advanced Wars by Web Basics video. To start things off in this series, we will be talking about this guy. He's the free infantry that player 2 starts with. Frederick Thomas Anthony of the Counter family is his name, but I just call him Fairness Fred, or Fred for short. Personally, he is my favorite unit in the whole game because he minimizes first turn advantage, or FTA, as it is commonly shortened to. FTA is a big deal in many turn-based games. In chess, for example, the first player, white, has about a 55% chance to win, while black has 45%. And that is often seen as a goal to reach for balance. If it's good enough for chess, it's good enough for us kind of mentality. And I'm proud to say that the vast majority of the maps used in Global League, the competitive ranked scene for Advanced Wars by Web, do better than chess when it comes to FTA. And we have Fred to thank for that. Thank you, Fred. But how does Fred do it? He's just one infantry. How can he create 50-50 win rates? That is because Fred does not fight imbalance, he embraces it. A common complaint about Fred is that he seems unfair. You start up the game as player 1, and you see that player 2 started with Fred for free. That's STA, second turn advantage. And it is true. It isn't balanced that Fred joins your enemy before the game even started. You're starting your turn with 0 infantry to their 1. Player 2 is up a whole infantry. Curse you, Fred! After sufficiently cursing Fred's existence, you'll build your 2 infantry and then end your turn. Now, player 2 takes their very first turn, and what do they see? You have 2 whole infantry to their 1. That's a whole infantry more. They'll curse your existence, move Fred, and then build 2 more infantry. Now, you start your second turn with your 2 honestly built infantry, and see that your opponent now has 3 infantry to your 2. They're up a whole infantry more than you. Curse you, Fred. This will continue on and on. Each time you'll start your turn, your opponent has a little more than you, and when you end your turn, you will have a little more than them. In fact, a rule of thumb and a quick way to tell if the game state is even is if you're starting your turn half an income behind in unit value and ending half a turn ahead. It is often referred to as both players being, are you ready for this? Both players being half a turn ahead. Whew. This can also be seen visually on the map, with Fred's side being having progressed a turn more than player 1's mirrored side, and the non-Fred side being a turn behind. But let's go to a nightmarish hellscape. A world without Fred. Player 1 starts their turn and sees an even playing field. Thinks, this is balance. This is fair. Builds 2 infantry and then passes their turn. Now player 2 starts their first turn and sees that player 1 has 2 infantry. Well, they have none. Well, that sucks. Better build 2 infantry to catch up. Player 1 starts their second turn and sees 2 infantry per side. This is beautiful. This is balance in all things. Moves their infantry and then builds 2 more before passing the turn. Player 2 starts and sees it is now 2-4. Well, this hardly seems fair. Every turn, player 1 starts on an even playing field and ends ahead, while player 2 starts behind and ends even. This is quite advantageous to player 1. Do you see what removing Fred has done? The world is ending. Instead of both players being half a turn ahead, player 1 is just a full turn ahead, while player 2 gets to be sad and play catch-up all game long. Luckily, that was all just a dream, and in reality, Fred is with us in every game. Now, there's far more to FTA than just Fred. Different maps and modes need different things depending on positioning, funding, and the number of bases in order to keep that half turn ahead fairness. But the most common FTA counter that you will run into is just Fred, so learn to love him. Good luck and have fun out there.